America is deeply divided. There are only two sides to every issue, and there is no interest in finding common ground, not even with members of your own family. But as the 2024 presidential election looms on the horizon, there has never been a more important time to have the necessary conversation.
Welcome to the Necessary Conversation. I'm Chad Kultgen. With me today is my mom and dad, Bob and Mary Lou Kultgen. There is no Haley. Hello?
Yes, we're here.
Okay, well, that's it. I guess we'll start that way.
She said she had a lot of things to do today.
Yep. We've had a wild week in American politics, of course. We're going to get to a bunch of stuff. Today, women dying because of abortion bans. We're going to get to Trump chickening out of the next debate. Of course, everything that Mark Robinson has been saying online. And in Georgia, they're going to have to hand count the votes. Before we get to any of that, however, we do have a question from a listener. If you'd like to send your questions to us, send it in a 1 minute or shorter audio or video recording to the necessary conversation pod@gmail.com. Today's question, Dad, is for you.
You forgot my ditties, but that's okay.
Oh, you want some ditties? Do a ditty.
No.
You got one?
Do the question,
No.
and then I have several ditties, so do your question.
Okay, we're going to do a question and then several ditties. So, Dad, this question is for you. It's about John McCain. Are you ready?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey, Kultgen fam. I have a couple questions for Bob this week. The first question is, many times on the podcast, Mary Lou has talked about your family and the American flag and holding folded flags for members of the military who have passed away in your family. I also have some members of my family who have passed away who are in the military. And so I would love to know, Bob, why John McCain is a piece of shit for courageously following in his father and grandfather's footsteps and serving in the military. You said he's a piece of shit and he was only in the military because of his dad. Would love to know how that makes him a piece of shit for serving his country and following his dad to serve his country. The second question is, Bob, you said last week that John McCain is a piece of shit and that he was only one of 5 people shot down in Vietnam. This is untrue. Over 10,000 U.S. aircraft were shot down in Vietnam. So, Bob, do you think that the other 10,000 U.S. pilots that were shot down in Vietnam are also pieces of shit? Or would you like to retract your vile, disgusting, and unpatriotic statements that you made about John McCain and the other 10,000 pilots that were shot down in Vietnam?
Okay, now, for some context, there were not 10,000 pilots shot down in Vietnam. There were 10,000 aircraft, and about 1,000 of those were unmanned aerial vehicles. But there were 3,744 planes shot down and 5,607 helicopters that were piloted by people that were in some cases carrying other people. Hello?
So you want me to answer now?
Yes.
Just explain why you don't like
Oh,
John McCain.
here's the bottom line.
Okay.
John McCain is a piece of shit.
Okay.
He only got in the military because of his father, who was an admiral, got him his little flying wings and let him go do his thing. And he took the little trip to the Hanoi Hilton and turned it into a political event and for his career, and used all of that to downgrade the entire Republican Party. And that makes him a piece of shit.
All right.
End of story.
And to the comment that you said only 5 people were shot down, but 9,000 people were shot down.
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, all right. Well, there you have it. Listener, thank you for your call. Thank you for your question. The answers are...
Let me put it to you this way.
Okay.
You know how many tens of thousands of sorties were flown in Vietnam?
2.5 million.
There you go. How many got shot down again?
9,000 roughly.
Yeah. So you weren't one of the best pilots. End of story.
So all of those 9,000 pilots you're saying were bad?
No.
Oh.
They didn't come back to the United States and turn their back on the Republican Party. John McCain did. What makes John McCain a piece of shit is not flying in Vietnam. It's what he did with that when he came back with it.
When you're saying he turned his back on the Republican Party, what do you mean by that exactly?
Well, voted against everything we wanted to do. He's the one we still have Obamacare. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have it.
Right. I remember that. The thumbs up, thumbs down thing.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. He did a lot of things.
All right.
He was a traitor to the Republican Party. Traitor.
Okay.
That makes him a piece of shit.
All right. Mom, Diddy's, please.
The first one, I sent you a picture. Miss Kitty Cat, Sugar Bear, Honey Bunches, Cheerios, watermelon, cupcake will be 13 tomorrow. So happy birthday, Miss Kitty Cat. And I'll pause for a moment.
Yeah.
Then you can show her picture because I did send that to you. I can't believe 13. We picked her up. We put her in a laundry basket, little laundry basket, her and Max on my lap. Max has been gone now 2 years and 2 months. So she's last one standing. She's doing pretty good.
For those wondering, these are dogs that my mom is talking about. And yes. I'm not sure what this has to do with the American political spectrum, but that was your Diddy, or you have more?
I have several. Okay. My listener, I'm going to call her because she asked me, not by her real name. She's the one that I've been chatting with a lot, saying that her family is a lot like ours, very divided. And she asked me, my mother will not come to our house. She hasn't seen my child who was born a year ago.
And I'm sorry, remind us of the situation of this person. It's the parents are liberal and the person is MAGA. Is
Republican, her and her husband, and more MAGA, right? So she asked me, how do I do this? I'm so sad. My mom hasn't come into our home within a year to see her brand new grandbaby that was born. I said, it's kind of like you just take a rock. I mean, I feel like we were there at one point and you just keep chipping away. I felt like I was the one trying to hold us all together. And
you were.
I said,
I'm the one started the podcast.
Yes. But I mean, when we were not talking, I was holding us together. It was getting harder and harder. So I told her, just keep trying. Well, she did. Then her mother said, I will come over. This was, I think, yesterday, and see everybody. Yep. But then she got a side note saying that she had to attend the Tim Walz fundraiser type thing in Pennsylvania, but she would come over after. And then another side note, and she said, I'm sorry, I got the VIP to go back and see him later, and I can't come now. So instead of, she ditched her family for a politician. Yeah. It's not worth it. It really isn't. Even if Trump was outside and I hadn't seen my granddaughter in a year, and I knew that I had made an appointment to go see her, I would go see my granddaughter. It's just not worth it.
Okay. So are you offering words of help here, or you're just saying that you're better than this person? What's going on?
No.
In this Diddy? I don't understand.
Saying there is hope for families, and I hope that her mother does one day come and see her.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call her Jane and her husband Dick. Jane and Dick. Yeah. That's their names.
I think this next election is going to go very far in helping kind of repair the divide. It seems to me very clear Kamala Harris is going to win this, barring some kind of catastrophic October surprise. If that's the case, Trump will...
Say that again. What did you say?
I think it's very clear that Kamala Harris is going to win this election, barring some kind of big negative thing that could come out this next month.
Oh, my God.
If and when that happens, Trump is going to really be relegated to just whatever he can do on his social media platforms. I don't think he'll be seriously a part of the Republican Party anymore. They're going to have to turn the page and kind of get him out of there. And so I think that will go a long way to kind of diffuse the overt back and forth that we have between the two parties within families and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Any more Diddies, Mom?
Of course.
Okay, sorry. Jesus Christ.
Shout out to my friends. Well, this is a shout out to my friends.
This should be its own podcast.
This is my friends that helped me at the horse show. Jules and Big Maddie.
Explain what you're talking about a horse show.
I went to a Western World Dressage show, WDAA, in Guthrie, Oklahoma. I took my Shiny Hiney, my horse. Jules rode him, I rode him. We won fourth, and third
I watched you in the third place. I watched this live.
in open and amateur.
Yeah.
And that's the best I've ever done, is third in the world. He did really, really good. He was on point, but he was on point because I placed myself around people who are knowledgeable.
Mhm.
They help me. They're young. They have energy. And because of all them, we did really good. And I thank them.
Okay.
Okay, now this is a serious Diddy. Why was
Okay.
Jill Biden sitting at the head of the cabinet meeting like 2 days ago? This was the first
didn't see it.
cabinet meeting that he has had in a year and a month or something since October 2nd of 2023.
Yeah.
And she was at the top of the table. Now, he threw it to her and said, "There you go, kid." And she talked about health and health for women and blah, blah, blah. But
Okay.
no, who gives rein to your wife like that and says, "Go for it" in a
Ronald
cabinet
Reagan
meeting?
did
it. Does she have clearance to even be in a cabinet meeting?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Next, Diddy.
Yeah, I do have one more.
Okay. Jesus Christ. All right, let's hear it.
Because you didn't put this in a topic, which I did send to you.
Well, you sent me. You just are sending me like here's what needs to happen if you want me to do a topic. You can't just send me like 20 headlines from weird websites. You have to actually say what you want to talk about, just in a little sentence or two. Be like, here's the issue, and then the link supports the issue. I look at all your links. Many of them are from websites that are not reputable. I'll simply say that.
Oh, okay. And all of yours are. Okay. The whistleblower. You knew about that one, and we didn't.
I don't think so.
That should be a whole topic.
Oh, the Republican who got mad because the CNN, the moderators or whatever.
It was not a Republican. The whistleblower was a person who has worked for CBS for 10 years in administrative jobs and other jobs. And he swore under affidavit, he or she, whoever it was, that Horseface got all of the questions or similar ahead of time.
Who cares?
Well, that's cheating. Why do you think Donald Trump doesn't want to do the next one?
But I don't know, because you guys think he won. So what does it matter?
Well, why do you think he's saying no?
Well, we're going to get to that. Donald Trump, listen, this is part of the topic. We are going to discuss it because Trump bailing out of the next debate is one of our topics.
Okay,
you can bring it up then.
About that.
All right.
That is the end of my ditties.
Okay, into the ditties, into the listener question.
I was going to start with Diddy was a ditty, but we're talking about that.
We're talking about him in the middle. We'll talk about Diddy. All right. Topic number 1, women are dying because of the abortion bans. This week saw new reporting from ProPublica on 2 women who have died because of the abortion bans that have gone into effect in several states after the Republican majority Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in 2021.
Let him finish, then you can talk.
The women didn't die because of the ban.
I'm going to read exactly why they died right now. One of 2 women, Candy Miller, a 41-year-old mother of 3 with lupus, was warned by doctors that having another child could kill her, but when she became unintentionally pregnant in the fall of 2022, Georgia's new abortion ban made it illegal for her to seek medical care from doctors, so she was forced to take matters into her own hands by ordering abortion pills online. But she did not expel all the fetal tissue and would require a simple medical procedure to clear it from her uterus and prevent sepsis. The procedure is routine for both abortions and miscarriages. In Georgia, however, after the abortion ban, the procedure became a felony. Unable to seek medical care, she stayed at home slowly dying until her husband found her dead in their bed. Amber Thurman, a healthy 28-year-old medical assistant and mother to a 6-year-old son who planned to attend nursing school, also died a preventable death due to the recent abortion bans. Like Miller, Thurman took abortion pills that did not expel all the fetal material. Where her case differs from Miller's is that Thurman did go to a hospital seeking the routine procedure that would have saved her life, but once she arrived at Piedmont Henry Hospital in Stockbridge, Georgia, doctors were slow to act. Under the new abortion ban, any doctor who participated in this procedure would be charged with a felony and face up to 10 years in prison. The doctors sat and waited as they watched the easily preventable infection spread through her body. It took them 20 hours to finally reach the conclusion they should act, but by then it was too late. The damage was done and Thurman died. Reporting is also now coming out of Texas, revealing a number of women who have died while pregnant, during labor, or soon after birth, that number has skyrocketed since the state's abortion ban went into effect in 2021. The rate of maternal mortality cases has risen by 56% in Texas as opposed to the 11% in the rest of the country. So, Dad, you were trying to interrupt me as I was reading the facts?
Say something. Okay.
Oh God.
Also, if you
Everyone-
could put your actual
everyone of
face
the-
in the frame of the
All
video.
right, every one of these stupid women could have got free transportation
Uh-huh.
to a neighboring state to get their abortion. Every
A
single
neighboring
one of them.
state. This woman had 20 hours and then she died.
It doesn't matter. She isn't more than an airplane away from the hospital to take care of her. And you know who paid for that?
Biden.
Me,
Biden.
Okay.
the fucking taxpayers.
All right. So
It's
you have no
free.
sympathy for these
It's
women who
absolutely
died
free.
preventable
I have
deaths.
zero fucking sympathy
Okay.
for these women.
Do you think they deserve to die?
No, I think they're stupid and ignorant people.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Mom.
I
First of all, they shouldn't be getting pregnant.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, they shouldn't have died. I'm sorry for their families and them. But like how many weeks pregnant were they? Does that
That I
article
don't know.
say? Because past 11 weeks, I think that pill is no good. It's no good. But I do agree with partly what Dad said.
Mm-hmm.
If they knew that they did not want that baby, they go to
But-
where they can get the medical
It's free.
help.
By the way, it's free, paid for by the government.
But you understand that like taking a trip to another state, booking that appointment, all of that, it's a level of effort that deters some people clearly.
Yeah. It's effort.
Yeah.
It just like not getting pregnant takes effort, i.e., none of these fucking women have any effort. They just lay around doing whatever the hell they do. They get pregnant, and then they can't. Then they blame us and the Republican Party because they're too fucking lazy to go neighboring state and get an abortion. I don't want to hear it anymore. It's total shit.
Okay.
Now the way that you said none of these fucking women
Yeah.
did sound misogynistic. Do you
Yeah.
hate women?
No,
Just
I
these
hate
women.
women who don't take responsibility for their own life.
What about men who don't do that?
Same thing.
You hate them as well.
Yes.
So it's blanket hatred, both genders. All right.
For laziness.
Okay. Mom, do you think these doctors should have acted sooner in Thurman's case, or were they within their rights because they feared possible legal repercussion if they did anything to just let her die?
Yes.
They shouldn't have let her die, I don't think. I just don't understand why ahead of time they didn't go to get the help where they could have.
She went to a hospital.
But was
In their
it-
state, okay, listen, it's rare that this happens when you take these abortion pills. I read a bunch of long articles about this. These are rare cases, but obviously they do happen.
So they
So-
took abortion pills.
Yes.
Another mistake they made.
No, those pills usually work.
Please.
It's
No,
only in very isolated
Well,
cases
there
they
you
don't.
go.
But when they don't, stuff like this happens. And the reason they took those
no
pills,
serious loss occurred here.
the reason they took those pills is because they couldn't go to Planned Parenthood or a doctor. They could not have an abortion performed. That is illegal. Again, with the threat of federal jail time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What are you saying, oh, Jesus Christ, about? That's the truth.
No, yeah, the truth is they're too goddamn stupid and lazy to get a goddamn airline ticket, book a room at the local hospital, and like let's say you're in Texas, you can go to New Mexico and do it.
Mhm.
It's fucking 1 hour airplane ride.
I don't agree with what he's saying. Just
Well, what do you think,
Mom?
Mom?
I think that once they were pregnant and knew they didn't want this baby, start planning then. Before you're past the 11 weeks, and then you take the pill, and then
They did. There are elements of this that you're not taking into account. Like traveling out of state isn't just like, well, let's just go out of state and have our abortion vacation. These people have jobs, they have lives they can't leave behind. And prior to the abortion ban, they could have just gone to a Planned Parenthood or something over the course of an afternoon, and there's no problem. They can get the health care they need. Now, because of the abortion bans, they are dead.
Oh,
I don't know.
Do you
I
want
don't
me to
know.
play my violin now?
Stop it.
I'm
I
not
don't
asking
know.
for your violin. I'm asking you for your acknowledgement that these abortion bans are killing people. You acknowledge that.
No, what's killing
Okay.
people is ignorant women taking abortion pills.
I don't understand why you're saying that. These pills they work 99.9 infinity
Yeah.
percent of the time. So
Shouldn't
in
be
these
taking
rare
them
cases
anyway.
where they don't
You
you
go
think
way back. You better take your ass way back. I don't believe in abortion anyway.
Okay.
So they're ignorant.
Right. So any type of abortion then.
Yeah, I don't
Right.
agree with any abortion,
Even ones that save the life of the mother.
even the ones that save the life of the mother,
Mothers should die.
if it saves the baby.
What
This
if the
is
baby's
bad.
going to die?
This is going bad.
Well, then it doesn't matter.
This
They
is
should
going-
both die.
It seems to.
Let's move on. We're gonna get so much hell on him. This
One
time.
less ignorant person on earth.
All right.
Okay.
Speaking of an ignorant person on earth, Trump is our next topic. He has chickened out of the second debate against Harris on Saturday of this week. Kamala Harris accepted an invitation from CNN to debate Donald Trump on October 23rd. Trump, however, claimed that it was too late, in quotes, to have another presidential debate because Americans have begun casting their ballots in the 2024 election. Presidential nominees have traditionally had the final word in a nationally televised October debate. Following the vice presidential nominees debate, Trump's running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, is set to square off against Harris's vice presidential pick, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, on October 1st in a debate hosted by CBS. Back in 2020, Trump held his final debate with Joe Biden on October 22nd, only one day before the proposed third debate with Harris. And in 2016, Trump and Hillary Clinton debated 3 times, with the final debate taking place on October 19th of that year. Mom, knowing that Trump participated in debates well into the latter part of October in both of his last 2 campaigns, do you think his excuse that it's too late for the third debate makes any sense at all?
I think what he should have said is she got all of the questions ahead of time. She was not fact checked the way I was.
Right.
It was not a fair debate to start with. It was biased. So why would I step into those shoes again?
But he won the debate, you think?
What?
He won the debate, right?
He did.
Yes.
So then
but
what does
why-
it matter? If it was loaded, tilted toward her side, whatever, he
Because
still
it
came out
doesn't
on top.
It doesn't do him a damn bit of good to go do it again.
It does, I think.
He already won.
I think this makes him look very weak and afraid.
No.
I think it makes him look smart.
To refuse to show the American public a second head-to-head with the other presidential nominee.
I don't think he's refused it altogether.
He has.
Right now, he's
They haven't
said
agreed.
no.
They didn't agree on the terms.
You know, the terms of that first one
And
was
so he said, if you don't agree to these terms,
Yeah.
we're not having another
The terms
debate.
for this next debate are exactly what they were going to be for the first debate he had with Joe
which
Biden.
Which is why he's not doing it.
which was they could not bring up anything about her brother-in-law. His name was his name Tony West. He embezzled like billions of dollars in taxpayer money, while she was on, I forget what it was, what her title was, that was signing the paperwork that said yes, yes, yes.
Attorney General of
And
California,
now he is her counsel in waiting.
senator.
If she gets elected, which I pray to God not, he's right there to embezzle a lot more money, billions, and they couldn't bring that up during the debate.
But I mean, we all know that they're both super corrupt and they're out for personal enrichment. We know that. We've had this conversation a million times. Trump is the same way. He's flying in dignitaries from every country to stay at Mar-a-Lago, where they're literally paying money to him. Hello?
Well, if that's true, why has
If it's
no one
true-
ever brought that up during a debate?
What do you? It's been brought up. It's been reported on. I mean, almost
what?
every day since it happened.
Yeah, on CNN.
Okay, so that's your argument, Dad, is if CNN says something, that invalidates the whole thing?
My point is, any major media that says anything is totally wrong.
Okay, well, CNN
it's
also says
unbelievable.
Donald Trump is the Republican Party's candidate for president, so that must be wrong?
And it's unbelievable.
I don't like the fact check shit that what Trump was only 5 times and she was 1 time or something.
Yeah, that's fine. They should have fact-checked them both. I agree.
Yeah,
but
they did
here's the
not.
bottom line. Here's the bottom line. in my opinion, you are running.
Again, that's just your opinion.
That's what this whole show is. It's our opinions collectively.
Well, my opinion thinks your opinion's shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He's in a rare mood today. Go ahead, Chad. What were you going to say? You be quiet for a minute. I'll be the damn person in the middle, the moderator. Go ahead, Chad.
Thank you.
Throw it.
I was going to say that I don't even fucking know what I was going to say. Oh, the debate. You're running to be the president of the United States, arguably the most powerful single human being on the planet.
Yes.
You know, leader of the free world, all this shit, right? Don't you think you ought to be able to stand up there for an hour and a half or whatever and have a debate against anybody in virtually any circumstance with the moderators on your side, not on your side, whatever? It's not like he's running for student council at a high school or something. This is the president of the United States. There should be no challenge this person is not up to facing. And
no,
he's
because they
basically wimping out here.
No, they can direct that debate any way they felt like they wanted to do and make one of them look better than the other with the questions they ask and how they cut the person off.
But this is what I'm saying. You're claiming like they can make somebody look better than the other, but you're saying they already tried to do that in that debate and he won it anyway. So who cares?
I guess he does. I guess his people around him are saying, no, not now.
But I'm asking you've put forth these two kind of like, in my opinion, opposing ideas. One is the debate was rigged against him. The other one is he won the debate. Those two things don't go together.
Yeah, they do.
He lied.
It doesn't matter that they stacked the deck against him. He blew them away anyway.
Right. So then if that's the case, why does he care if they stack the deck against him if he knows he can demolish anyway?
There's no point in doing it again. It's already been done. It'll be the same fucking questions for the same fucking answers.
So then that's more of a whiny baby, take my ball and go home type thing.
No, it's not. It's not either.
It is. I won the first debate. I don't need to do it again.
I'm a smart son of a bitch, and she's an ignorant fuck.
I like yellow school buses that go round and round.
All right. Well, it's my opinion that why he won't debate is because he has seen all the poll numbers. What's going on over there?
Hang on. Alexa, what's the notification?
Notification. From Amazon.
From Amazon.
U.S. National Weather Service.
Oh, Weather Service.
Flood advisory.
Okay.
We're having rain.
It's my opinion that Trump is refusing this second debate with Kamala Harris because all of the poll numbers have shown that she demolished him. You two and maybe some other hardcore Maja are the only ones who think she did. Every poll. We talked about this last week.
Oh, fuck.
Why do you think she was so quick to say, like, absolutely, I'll do a second debate? Because it helped her. All of her poll numbers went up after that debate.
She needs another shot because she lost the first one.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's a good idea for him to sit this one out. I think it does send a message of weakness, and that increasingly is seeming to be what's happening here. We also saw this week a second potential assassination attempt. That just kind of came and went. No one gave a shit. No one even thought it was real.
That was one of my ditties. Why? Didn't think it was real. What are you talking about? It was real, but no one wants to bring it up because it's our government doing it and they don't give a shit and they hope he dies.
I think no one's bringing it up because no one cares.
Wow.
Including the Secret Service.
That's sad.
And then both Elon Musk and JD Vance this week came out and said, why isn't anybody trying to assassinate Kamala? Essentially begging someone on the right to try and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with him.
Because Horseface has a big old vest under them man suits. That's why. They couldn't get to her anyway.
Because, in quotes, Horseface has a big O vest under her man suits.
She probably has a protective vest under that big jacket of hers. You know she does.
Yeah, perhaps. She's wearing a coat. She's wearing a coat with 100-degree temperatures outside.
She always has on a coat or a jacket.
Because you don't want to see her belly fat.
No, because she
her
has
belly
a
fat.
vest.
Have you seen Donald Trump?
Yeah, his is beautiful.
Oh my God!
All right, let's simmer down. this week saw some wild developments in the P. Diddy scandal. He got arrested. I think it was a $5 million bail they were looking for was denied. And all of this shit is coming out about these parties that he used to have called freak-offs, where he would hire male prostitutes to have sex with women and drug them all and videotape it while he masturbated. And the FBI recovered 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube. Mom,
Oh, Lord.
were you a fan of P. Diddy prior to this?
No.
You didn't like his music?
No, never have.
Dad?
Hell no.
No.
Mom and Dad, did this news reach you? Did it
Yeah,
penetrate your sphere of
No.
knowledge?
No,
I mean, I saw it and
I care less.
you know what I thought
Okay.
about? I remember that tape where he's pulling that girl down the hallway. And then that kind of all got quiet. I was like, why is that quiet? Why did that get all quiet? And then he was never married to Lopez, I don't think.
No, they
But
just dated.
he said, I want to divorce you, but they were never married.
Yeah.
And then she got away from him quickly. But then there were some other people that said he's my best friend. Like, oh my God, what's his name? You know, the guy that took over the 3.5 Men. Married to, come on, help
Charlie
me.
Sheen?
No. Who took
Like-
over for,
Ashton Kutcher.
yeah.
Oh, he's
That-
friends with Diddy. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. And now he's
Interesting.
distancing himself
Of course.
from that because apparently he went to parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens with it.
P. Diddy's sicko. He needs
I
to
think
go to jail.
he's going to be revealed as kind of and I mean it's already happening, I guess, a second Epstein. And I think he's going to die in jail, in quotes, by suicide. I think there are a lot of people who don't want their names coming out, and they need to silence him immediately. I predict he will be dead within 2 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Bad.
Dad, you have nothing to say about it?
I don't give a shit.
All right.
Yeah. Neither do I either, but he's bad. If he's
I
bad, he
don't
needs
care.
to go to jail.
I don't care what they do with him.
Right.
He's of no value in my life.
All right. Well, let's move on to somebody who may be of value in your life. Mark Robinson, the Republican nominee for governor in the upcoming South Carolina election. Mark Robinson declined to drop out of the race by the Thursday deadline of this week after reports have emerged of lewd and racist posts he made on a porn site called Nude Africa, as well as on his own personal Facebook page. Here are some of those posts. I'm just going to read some of the highlights. You ready? This is quotes from him. I'm not in the KKK. They don't let blacks join. If I was in the KKK, I would have called him Martin Lucifer racial slur. I'm a black Nazi. Slavery is not bad. Some people need to be slaves. I wish they would bring it back. I would certainly buy a few. I'd take Hitler over any of the shit that's in Washington right now. And this one is my personal favorite. I'm back. We took a break for a little bit, but picked back up where we left off. I hooked up with my wife's sister, and boy, was it good. That pussy is still creamy, and that asshole is still slick,
Oh
shiny,
my
and pissy
God.
smelly. My
Chad,
pugs are good.
don't
And
have
after
to
my
read
dick was
that.
coated with her cream, we 69.
Stop it.
She
Stop
sucked my
it.
dick and balls clean and tossed my side while I licked the cream out of that pussy, sucked her huge clit, and tongue fucked that pissy asshole good and
Stop
deep.
it.
I know I'm not doing this. It's
Hey,
him.
stop it.
I know it's
enough.
bad, but I couldn't
We
help
got
it.
it.
That crack is like
We
crack,
got
and
it.
I'm hooked.
We got
Robinson denies making these statements,
We
but
got it.
reporting by CNN matches countless biographical details between the poster and Robinson. And the poster used an email address that belongs to Robinson. And some of these quotes were literally on his personal Facebook page. Trump has been outspoken in his support of Robinson for the role of South Carolina governor, calling him Martin Luther King on steroids and inviting him to campaign events all throughout this year. But this Saturday, the Trump campaign did not invite Robinson to their rally in Wilmington. And Trump made no mention of Robinson in his remarks. All right, Mom and Dad, either one of you, both of
Okay.
you. Should he have dropped out?
No.
Number one, when I saw that we were talking about that, I kind of Googled and looked around on the
Yeah.
internet. I did not see any of that vile stuff that you just said that was so gross, and I can't believe you even said that.
I didn't say it. He did. I'm reporting on it.
Where did you pull that up at? Because I didn't see any of that when I put his
Google.com.
name in.
If you just Google his name and comments or Facebook posts or any of the stuff that's coming out, I just cherry picked some of the shit. There's so much of this.
Well,
and
if
it's
he's
racist,
into, like,
it's
what is that?
anti-Semitic.
Pornography stuff. If it is, he needs to go to jail. Jesus.
No, that
But-
was just kind of flavor. Like, I don't really care what somebody's, like, personal sexual interests are and how they talk about it. I just thought that was funny. The shit that's more concerning.
Cut through the shit to the bottom line. I think he should still run for governor, and if he's a Republican, I'm gonna back him.
But what the last
Wow.
thing that I did just
Don't give a shit what you're reading.
So
The
wait a minute.
last-
Are you also for slavery then?
What? I'm gonna back this guy.
But this guy says he wants slavery to come back so he can own
That's
slaves.
one of the bad things you got to take with him, I guess.
why would he
Okay.
say that?
But I would vote for him if I lived in that state.
And he
Okay.
also hates Jews. He talked very openly
I
about
would
how he
still
likes.
vote for him.
Okay. One
Hitler-
of the things that did come up when I was reading about
Yeah.
it, he said he never said that stuff, that this is a smear campaign. That was
Right.
all
That's
AI.
a lie.
He said that was all AI.
Yeah, well, that's 100% a lie.
That's
Oh, okay.
100% a lie.
Everybody lies these days.
Some of this
Except-
stuff is
except-
on his
except
personal
Democrats.
Facebook page.
What?
Some of the stuff's on his personal Facebook page. A lot of it came from this alternate account that he was using to make posts on this
Planted.
porn site called Nude Africa. But some of these things came directly from his personal Facebook page,
Man,
including
Chad, you
much of
know
the
way
anti-Semitic
too
stuff.
much. You know way too much about this. It's kinda
Well, it was the
scary.
biggest news story over the past day.
Okay.
The anti-Semitic stuff is where I kind of like, for you guys, I think it maybe it doesn't, but should present some kind of conflict because you're so pro-Israel. Do you
She's
think he would
right.
back Israel?
She's gonna die. Look at her. Oh,
Oh my God.
Who are you talking about?
Pelosi.
You're watching TV while we're doing this?
I'm just glancing.
Jesus Christ.
Why do you think?
For an
why do you
hour a
think
week,
she's
all
gonna
I ask
die?
is that you are here and present in these conversations.
Hey,
That's all.
I'm here and I'm present. I just happened to notice her ugly ass face on TV. She's hunchbacked over. She's gonna die.
You guys call all of these Democratic candidates and political leaders ugly. You're constantly commenting on their appearance.
Look at they
But
are.
you never comment about Trump's appearance.
Trump's beautiful.
I
You can't
don't
really
think-
think that.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that bad.
Jesus. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe you, like Mark Robinson, like a pissy asshole. Now, why do you think Trump did not invite him to this rally that he just had this weekend, even though prior to this, he has invited him to all the rallies? And he's
Probably because if it is true,
He
he
probably,
should
yeah.
distance himself from him.
Probably a conflict of interest.
If it is
The
true,
guy probably couldn't make it.
if it
Con-
is true,
what?
Guy probably couldn't show up.
That's
Okay.
absurd. The only reason he has made it this
Well,
far in the
hey,
South
I
Carolina
can't-
political
hey,
sphere
oh,
is
oh,
because
oh,
of Trump.
In my opinion, he had a conflict of interest.
if it is true, he should, distance himself or,
Had a conflict of interest.
yeah.
Couldn't make it.
That's clearly
My
not
opinion.
true.
That's
You
my
guys
opinion.
both know what the answer is. It's that Trump and his campaign have finally kind of accepted this guy is fucking toxic. He's nuclear. We have to cut him loose.
No,
That
he isn't
said,
toxic.
Yeah.
Trump put all of his fucking weight behind getting this guy to where he is now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he'll probably be their next governor.
But like, do you guys see the bigger picture here? That like, a bunch of the candidates that Trump
Oh, I've
backed
seen the
for
big
the
picture.
midterm elections lost, and now this candidate that he's put his full weight behind to become the South Carolina governor is I mean, there's no way this fucking guy is winning.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
I think you do. These posts to me are it. Like, I don't think people in South Carolina are going to be able to vote for him.
Again, your opinion.
Yeah.
My opinion
Well,
is
we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
we will.
Yeah,
Obviously,
we'll
the
see.
election is not that
So
far away.
So quit calling finalness on all these
No,
elections.
I'm not.
You
Okay, I'm
don't
not trying to
know-
call
you
a
don't know
finalness on
any
the
of it.
election.
You don't know any of it.
Right. I'm trying to get to the
You're
point
trying
that
to be an asshole.
no, I'm trying to get to the point. The point I'm trying to make is that Trump sees the writing on the wall and knows this guy is bad politically for him now.
Yeah,
you
might
are
be
maintaining
distancing.
that he
Mhm.
had a conflict of interest and that's why he didn't show up. You're lying about that, Dad. You're just making some shit up.
No, I'm just saying that's my opinion.
Yep.
Your opinion is Trump invited him and he was like, I'd love to come to that rally, but I've got to go back on Nude Africa and make some more posts?
No, he wanted to invite him, and he told Donald Trump, "I'm sorry, I've got stuff I got to do that weekend. I can't be there."
You think that's true?
No,
Yeah.
he doesn't.
Okay. So
But that's his
you're lying
opinion.
like Trump as well. All right.
He's trying to be funny. Just leave him alone. That ain't very funny.
Well, I don't think he can win now. Time will tell. Let's move on to our fourth and final topic. Are you ready?
Yes.
Georgia will hand count votes this year. Trump
Yay.
allies who control the
About
Georgia State
fucking
Election
time.
Board approved a controversial new rule Friday requiring counties to hand count the number of ballots cast at polling places on Election Day, despite bipartisan objections from election officials and poll workers. The vote was 3-2, with the three Trump allies supporting the move and a Democratic and independent GOP-appointed member of the board strongly opposing it, calling it an added step that could delay the results of the presidential election in the battleground state. The board also passed a new rule giving poll watchers access to more of the election process, including vote counting tabulation areas. The new rule for tabulation centers was proposed by Julie Adams, a Georgia conservative who is known for peddling conspiracies about election workers and now serves on the Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections in Georgia's largest county. Georgia election officials and nonpartisan voting experts warned that the new hand counting requirement could create a massive burden for already strapped county election offices, and the slower the results are going to be, that could create space for confusion and disinformation in the upcoming presidential election. Mom, do you agree with this move?
Yes, I kind of do like it, but oh my God.
Where'd he
he's in
go?
He had to go to the bathroom. He said,
Okay.
I agree. And as he was walking to the restroom, he was doing this. Wait a minute. He was going, as you were talking. I
Okay.
think everyone should have to show identification.
That has nothing to do with this?
I know that's hand counting.
Yeah.
Right?
They basically, what is being put in place is these
Yes.
people who are working at the polls
Yes.
have to hand count not the outcome, not who you voted for, but they have to hand count the how many ballots there are, so that number, and they have to do this, I believe, 3 times. That number has to match the number that the machines got every time,
I
or they
like
have to
it.
recount the whole thing.
I like it. Don't you remember last year? Was it the 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. dump?
Mhm.
Where all these ballots all of a sudden came through and they're going, where'd these come
Right.
from?
Okay,
like it.
so if the ballots in Georgia are hand counted and Trump
Uh-huh.
loses, you'll be fine with it.
No.
But they're hand counting. They're putting in this extra measure that you say is so great. So if this hand counting measure doesn't at least give you peace of mind that the final count is correct, why even do it?
Yes.
Yeah, it helps. It helps. But
I believe if he loses and they hand count the votes, I'll accept it.
No shit.
No shit.
Okay.
I want a picture identification that you're the person taking that ballot and voting. That's what I want. I don't want someone who has been dead for 15 years
Okay.
putting their name on a ballot
Yeah.
and voting. I don't want an illegal who's not a United States citizen voting.
Mm.
I want identification, who you are, that you are a U.S. citizen able to vote. That's what I want.
Okay, that's happening.
No, it doesn't. If Dad and I would do mail-in right now,
Oh,
we
sure,
wouldn't
you
have
can
to
do
show-
mail-in, I guess.
we wouldn't
But
have to show
all
identification.
the things you're talking about have nothing to do with the hand counting of the vote. What has been done here is these Republicans
Yes.
are specifically putting this in place to slow the process down and allow them to, maybe fuck around with it a little bit. This is, at
How do
least
you
from
fuck
everything I've
around
read,
with it? If anything, it helps not dump votes in there that never work.
all they have to do is get the count off by 1. Some of these counties have millions of people. All they have to do is get it
Okay.
off by 1, then they got to start over and do it again. This could last forever. It's basically a way to just kind of sow confusion into the Georgia election so that people are like, well, wait a minute. Why is it taking Georgia 4 days to figure out if the vote is right when everybody else
gosh.
has it already done? And then Trump gets to say, see, something's weird in Georgia. I'm glad we had this hand count. Something's weird. The vote is off. It just allows basically another layer of people to be confused so that the Republicans can say the election was rigged.
No, no.
It doesn't serve a beneficial purpose. Like, what do you think the benefit of hand counting these votes is?
So that they don't dump a whole bunch in at 2 or 3 in the morning that were never supposed to be there or supposed to be there.
Even if they do that, they still have to just count those votes. Like, they can't reject them. The hand count doesn't mean, oh, no votes after 2 a.m. or whatever, we reject it. It just means they have to count all the votes and make sure that the number matches what the machine got.
I wish we had it too, where it was overall in one day. That all the counting had to be done in one day, and it was done.
I agree. This doesn't do that. This does the opposite. This makes it go longer.
Well, we'll see. We will see in 42 days.
Yes, we will.
I can't believe it.
Would you guys be open to voting on your phone?
No.
Why?
Because we just have never done it that way, and I want to go in person.
President accounted for, or you don't vote.
You have like one eye in the bottom corner of the frame. Hello?
Is that better? Now Mom's got one shoulder. There. Now are you happy?
Jesus Christ. Yes.
I'm going to have a crook in my neck, but that's fine.
You have to set us up better if we're going to continue this.
Oh, God.
So you're trying to tell me they fumigated your place there and it doesn't stink?
No, it's not like, it's a gas. It's not like like residue.
Scary.
Oh,
you know
that's
what I mean?
scary.
Are your bugs gone?
We didn't really have bugs. Every once in a while there'd be some like beetle termites or something in there, but we did have termites, but I hadn't seen them this season, this summer season. Usually they come out when it gets really hot. I didn't see any of them.
Good.
Anyways, well, it was a short show. Haley wasn't here, but hopefully she will be next week. And I don't know if this is going to happen in the podcasting world.
Why did she tell you she couldn't come today?
I believe she had something with the kids. She was picking them up.
So there was the same thing Trump had with that governor.
He had to buy his kids band equipment.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had other things to do.
And grocery shop.
Yep. Next week, tentatively, we may have our first guest.
Woo!
In the podcast
Why
world.
tentative?
Because it ain't happened yet. Until you got it recorded, it ain't happened yet. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But I'm talking to somebody who is on your side of the fence, by the way.
Time. Yay!
Yeah. So hopefully that will take place next week. Definitely tune in for that one. And again, if you want to send in a question for any of us, for all of us, a 1 minute or shorter audio or video clip to the necessaryconversationpod@gmail.com.
Any more, and I invite any more John McCain supporters to do the same as the last time.
Okay.
The John McCain thing is like, it's one of the hardest things about you to reconcile for me because you were in the Air Force.
Yeah. That makes it even more prevalent that I'm correct.
I don't really understand it all.
His being in the Air Force and getting locked up has nothing to do with why I hate him.
Okay.
It has to do with what he did when he came back.
Why'd you start this again, Lord?
He started it.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
No, Dad started it. He literally said into the camera, if anybody wants to stir up John McCain shit with me, please send me the questions. He said that, not me.
Bring it on.
Okay, stop.
All right. They can't reconcile the fact that guy is nothing but a fucking rhino.
Okay.
And he did everything he could to take the Republican Party down. That makes him a piece of shit.
Dad is also in a bad mood because he stayed up till 1 o'clock last night. Kansas State lost.
Oh shit!
They lost
football.
They lost to Brigham Young.
Oh damn! I watched the game last weekend.
They had 4 turnovers inside our own 20.
Wow.
We lost 38-9, and their offense outside of the turnovers scored 3 points.
Not good. You can't win a game.
We're going to a game soon, right?
Well, I hope so.
October 26th, KU, K-State.
Right. Oh, damn. That'd be crazy. Is it at K-State?
Yes.
Nice.
We're sitting in the box.
Nice. I'll bring my little camera. I'll make a video of it.
All right.
Because I guess our show will probably be off that week.
You might have Dad on your back.
I don't know how we can record it if we're going to a game.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining us. As always, despite our political differences, we must tell each other, Mom, I love you. Dad, I love you. Haley, wherever you are, I love you as well.
Guess it's my turn.
No.
Chad, I love you. Bob, I love you. Haley, I love you. And I'm sorry you had a tough week. We know you did. We're sorry. Go ahead, Bob. Don't say a word. Just
What? Mary, I love you. Chad, I love you. Haley, I love you.
and Kitty Cat, tomorrow's your birthday, you big girl.
Tomorrow, 13 big ones.
Here. Here's Sugar Bear. Here's Sugar Bear. You're 13 tomorrow. Where is she? There she is. There she is. You're 13 tomorrow. Say hi, Bub. God. Here we go. Hi, Bubs.
Hello.
You see her?
Yeah.
Okay, 13.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Kitty.
Yep. Say thank you, Bubs. Okay, that's the show. Thank you all for tuning in.
I'll see you next week.
Piece of shit.
We'll see you next week. And until then, try to have that necessary conversation. How about that?
That's a great
Not
one.
bad.
Pretty
Love you,
good.
Chad.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. I love you too.